So one thing that happens all of the time in baseball that's honestly not practiced enough is a rundown. And a rundown, there's a specific way for the defense to conduct a rundown to make sure that you get the out every single time. And there's so many teams where I see them doing a rundown and they're almost just running around and they have no idea what to do just because they haven't practiced it enough. A rundown is a great way to shift the momentum in a game. And if you get that out and you get that base runner off of the bags and they have the momentum, you know that situation that will shift the momentum to your side and ultimately help you win the game. So in today's Bullpen Bulletin, we're going over the big keys on how to conduct a rundown. Hey team, I'm Coach Hart, this is Building Better Baseball, and this is the best place for baseball education. If we've never met before and this is your first video, I want to say welcome to the team. If we've already met, then welcome back. Before we get into it, I want you to grab your free guide that's linked down in the description below. It's how to best prepare for baseball tryouts. I know that fall tryouts are coming up soon, so grab this guide so you can be the most prepared for your baseball tryouts. Now, let's get into the big keys on how to conduct a rundown. So the first key that we're going to talk about is coming to the ball in any position. If you're in any position, let's say that I'm the shortstop here and there is a pickoff to first base. That base runner is coming to me, right? First thing I want to do is I want to come to the ball. If I know that the first baseman is going to throw the ball to me and the base runner is going to get caught in a rundown, then I need to come to the ball in order to shorten that distance between the catch and the tag. If I know that the base runner is probably going to come in and slide, then I'm going to stay at the bag like this and create a throwing lane for the first baseman or for any other player. But if I know that the base runner is going to get in a rundown, I want to shorten that distance. I want to cut down the distance. So that's number one. You want to shorten the distance by coming to the ball, always. The second thing is you want to create a throwing lane. The throwing lane is not in the baseline because who's in the baseline? The base runner, right? If you're in the baseline when you're running after the base runner, that's not good for two reasons. Because if you throw the ball, it's probably going to hit the base runner. And also, you can't really see the bag or see the other player, the other teammate that you're going to throw the ball to. So when you come to the ball and when you catch the ball, you want to immediately take a little step to your throwing side. If you're right-handed, you're going to take a little step to the right side. If you're left-handed, you're going to take a little step to the left side. So you're going to take a little step to your throwing arm side and create a throwing lane. You want to be able to throw that ball around the base runner to the target in order to get that out. So you want to come to the ball when you catch it, and immediately when you catch it, take a little side step to your throwing side and make sure you can get around that base runner in order to get that out. So those are the big keys for number one. You want to come to the ball to shorten the distance, and you want to create a throwing lane to take a little side step to your throwing side so you can create that throwing lane. Now we're going to move on to number two. The number two big key is after you've created the throwing lane and you have the ball, you want to get the ball out as soon as possible and never fake it. So after you've caught the ball and after you create that throwing lane, you want to get the ball out as soon as you can. This helps your player, the teammate that you're going to throw to, this helps them see the ball so they can have a better chance of catching the ball. This helps them pick it up. So as soon as you come towards the ball, you take a little side step to your throwing side and immediately get it out. Immediately get it out and run just like this with the ball up in the air, plain sight to see. You want your teammate to see the entire ball and see exactly where it's coming from. If they can't see where it's coming from, if the ball stays in your glove or you're running like this or you're running like this where they can't really pick it up, that makes it so much harder for your teammate to catch the ball. So when you come here, you want to get it out immediately so your teammate can see the ball and see where it's coming from. Also, number two, you never want to fake a throw. If you're sitting here like this and you're going like this, like this, like this, really, most of the time, the base runner is not really looking at you, right? They're running to the bag, so you're not even faking out the base runner. The only person you're faking out is your teammate who's going to catch the ball. We don't want that to happen. If your teammate's sitting there and he's watching you going like this, all he's saying is like, oh, is it coming now? Is it coming? Wait, what's going on? You never want to fake it because the only person you're faking out is your teammate who's going to catch the ball, right? So when you get it out here, you want to hold it here as you're running to your teammate, just like this. They see it, and as soon as you move your arm, they know that you're going to throw the ball. So those are the two big takeaways from number 2, is as soon as you catch it, you want to get the ball out and make it known where it is and make it easy to see for the teammate that you're throwing it to, and you want to run with it like this, and you never want to fake it. That's number 2. You never want to fake it because the only person you're faking out is your teammate who you're throwing the ball to. So that's it for number 2. Now we're going to move on to the third big key of conducting a rundown. So the number 3 big key of conducting a rundown is, as you're running and as you have that ball up here, you want to make a short, precise throw to your teammate's target. So we've caught the ball, we got a little throwing lane, took a little sidestep to our throwing side, we got the ball out immediately, and now we're running after the base runner like this. When we are ready to throw it, we want to do a short, precise throw to our teammate's target. If you're a receiver, if you're receiving the ball, you want to make sure that your target is big. You want your glove open, your other hand there to catch it with 2 hands, and have a big target for your teammate to see, for your teammate to throw to. So when you're running like this, and as soon as you're ready to throw it, you want to do a short, precise dart throw to your teammate's target, to your teammate's glove. When you're running, you don't want to be running like this, and then when you throw, like wheel back like this and do like a big wind-up throw like that. That wastes time. You don't want to waste any time when you're in a rundown, because that's going to be the difference between the base runner being safe and out. So when you're out here like this, you want to take the ball from here, and all you want to do is just boom, like this. A little precise dart throw to your teammate's target to make it as short as possible and to save you time to make sure you get that base runner out. And like I said, if you're receiving the ball, you want to have a big target. You want to have your glove open and big, easy to see. I'm going to create a throwing lane for my teammate. I'm going to have a big target. I'm going to have my second hand up there to be able to catch it with 2 hands and tag with 2 hands just like this to make sure the ball doesn't pop out of my glove. So the last thing with this is you want to follow your throw wherever you are running to. Right now I'm at second base and I'm facing first base. So I get out here, I go here. As soon as I throw it, I want to continue running, following my throw to first base. I don't want to go like this and then go like this. Like that, right? I'm gonna have a teammate. If I'm coached well, my teammate should be right behind me, ready to receive the next throw. I wanna be able to get myself out of there and not have any interference between the base runner or my other teammates trying to conduct the rundown. So as soon as I throw it, I follow my throw and I kind of peel off out of the baseline and let my other teammates do the work. And that's the beauty of a great rundown, is there are teammates who are literally lined up at each base. So let's say that I'm going over here, I'm the second teammate, I'm waiting here, and I'm pinching in. I'm moving in closer and closer. As a team, you want to kind of pinch in and get closer and closer to make the throws shorter and shorter. All right, that's how you get the most outs during a rundown, is as a team, you kind of pinch in closer and closer to make the throws shorter and shorter. And in a successful rundown, if you do it properly, it should not be more than 3 throws. If you get past 3 throws and you're starting to throw it 4 or 5 times, that's just a higher chance of making a bad throw and a higher chance of the base runner being safe at another base. So you want no more than 3 throws. You want to get the out in 3 throws or less. That is a quality, efficient rundown that teams should practice. 3 throws or less. And last thing with this is, if you don't get the out, you want to make sure that that base runner goes back to the base that they came from. The worst thing that could happen, the worst result in a rundown for the defense, is that base runner getting to the next base. If anything, even if you don't get the out, you want to get that base runner back to the base that they came from. So in this instance, I'm a second, that base runner just came from first. If we don't get the out, we want to make sure that that base runner goes back to first base. Make sure of that, all right? So that's it for conducting a rundown. We just went over the 3 big keys of conducting a rundown. In the beginning, you want to come to the ball to shorten the throw, and you want to create your own little throwing lane by taking a little side step to your throwing side. The number 2 key was getting the ball out, make it well known where it is, and make it easily seen by your teammate. And you never want to fake it. Do not fake it. You're only going to fake out your teammate. And the third one is you want to make a short, precise dart throw to your player's target. If you're the receiver, you want to have a big target out for your teammate to see. And lastly, you want to follow your throw. As soon as you throw it, you want to follow your throw, kind of peel off a little bit, because you know that your teammate's waiting here to continue the rundown if they don't get that out. And as a team, make sure during the rundown, you guys are pinching in and making the throws shorter and shorter. And you want to get that out in 3 throws or less. Anything past that, there's a higher chance for bad throws. And worst case scenario, you want that runner to go back to the base that they came from, not to advance to the next base. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully it gave you a little framework for how to conduct a proper rundown so you can get every single out in a rundown that pops up in your game. And before we go, don't forget to grab your free guide, How to Prepare for Baseball Tryouts. I know fall tryouts are coming up, so this is a perfect guide for you to help prepare you and have your best tryout yet. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you next week for another edition of the Bullpen Bulletin.